You are listening to the Obsessed with Real Estate show. I'm your host, Alana George, and I am obsessed with real estate. Today, I have a special show for you, 3 ways to build self-esteem. And you can apply these all at once. You can pick and choose or, make this a goal for the year. It's New Year's time right now. A lot of us have made resolutions, and this is a great how to build your self-esteem. And I promise it's related to real estate. You're thinking, hey, I was listening to this show on real estate investing, and now she's talking about self-esteem. What is she up to? This crazy person. I swear they are related. I will get to that. Before I hop into the content of this smaller bonus episode, I want to just plug that next week, Thursday, the 12th, January 12th at 5 o'clock Pacific time, that's 8 o'clock Eastern time, we are having a live webinar and I am inviting you. So the webinar is titled $0 to $20 million in assets under management in under 2 years by utilizing social media with Joshua Baldovino. He's our special guest, and it's going to be live Zoom. You can hop on, listen. It's going to be again, that's $0 to $20 million in AUM, assets under management, in under 2 years by utilizing social media. That's amazing. I'm so eager to hear his secrets and what he has to say. I can't even wait. I want to know it right now. So to register for that, I think it's going to be a really great value. Again, go to a show notes. I'm going to put the link there to register, as well as you can hop onto our show website, obsessedwithrealestateshow.com. Scroll to the bottom, you'll find the meetup little button on the right, and that will show you not just the next one that I'm inviting to you right now, but any future meetups we do in persons and live webinars and meetings as well. So virtual meetings. So check that out. Now let's hop in. I said that it has to do with real estate investing, building your self-esteem. And, I've done about 15, 20 interviews now for this show, and I'm loving it. This is a great time, but I'm definitely already seeing patterns in the guests, right? A huge one is their ability to trust themselves and make the decision to bet on themselves when they get into real estate investing, right? I think that, a lot of us hesitate because we can't see the whole path ahead. And real estate has a lot of turns and twists and ups and downs, and it doesn't go to plan, but having the self-esteem and the confidence in your ability to weather those changes is the difference maker. So I challenge you to implement these steps that I'm going to give you. And whether you have self-esteem, great, just sprinkle them in. Maybe it's stuff you just haven't, consciously, intentionally done. Maybe these are things you've already, subconsciously done. So check it out. I think that they're very valuable. Let's hop in with number one. And these might sound obvious to you, but maybe I'm just putting this in a concise form. Just hear me out. Number one is to make and keep promises to yourself. Okay. Make and keep promises to yourself. This one is huge. There's a reason why, we have accountability groups and gym buddies. It's because it's easier to be accountable and show up for someone other than ourselves. But it's so important when we're building self-esteem to show up for ourselves. I recommend starting with something small and then moving on to bigger things. If this is something that you struggle with, right? It may not be something that you struggle with. Maybe, you do this all the time. But for a lot of us, and this was me, right? I'd make a commitment one day and then I'd break it, the following day, the following week. And this has a lot to do with making choices that are good for ourselves. And that builds your self-esteem as well. I'm not putting that as a separate step, but these choices that we make, right? I know for me, I've made a few choices. There was a time that I didn't eat meat for about 5 years because I made that decision that was better for my health. And every time I made the conscious choice that was in line with what I felt was good for me, it built my respect for myself for not making the decision, putting myself in situations that I would, feel bad about or regret. I also decided to stop drinking back in 2011 and haven't 2011, haven't looked back. And that has worked for me. I, can trust myself. If I say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it. If I say, I love this step so much. Start with something small. It doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. It could be just this week. This week, I'm committing to this, and then do it and see how good it feels. Okay. Is it going to the gym? Is it calling your mom on your way home from work every day or what on Fridays or whatever? Just do it. Just do it and see how it feels. I can't harp on this one enough. Okay. So step number 2 is trying new things. That sounds so silly, but sometimes pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone is just what we need to really trust ourselves. If we get into the practice of it, this is all a practice. And, it could be at one time, like I just took a cooking class, like way back when by myself. I was trying to find myself, build my own self-esteem and figure out who I was in my early 20s ish. And, I just went and took a cooking class at the community college by myself, learned how to make tamales. It was amazing. And the old me wouldn't have done that, right? I needed other people there. I needed to post about it. I needed, pats on my back, right? I just did it for myself. I just tried something new, put myself in new situations, learned new things. And there's like uncomfortability. I don't know what the word is there. There's something about being uncomfortable when you do it in small doses that you can take on more and more. And that might be that muscle that you need to build in order to buy your first property or to scale bigger or to hire an assistant, right? To scale. We're all growing in different ways, and it takes a bigger, better, stronger version of yourself in order to get there, which is why I created this little mini-sode just to talk about, taking us from here to there. So step number 3 is do good in secret. This one I absolutely love. Do good in secret, meaning, if you're donating to charities, donating your time, right? Don't post about it. What if you just did it and didn't tell anybody and you had this little secret, like, I'm a good person, but nobody knows except for me. Like, how cool would that be to carry that around? It's going to come out of you in different ways, in the way that you carry yourself and the decisions that you make, the way you talk to people, the way you allow people to talk to you, right? Because you are somebody who is worth respecting. Right? Which is our goal here. So maybe you take that extra risk and talk to that person that ends up being, your business partner and helps you scale. You have the confidence by doing these things to take that risk because you value yourself and you are a responsible person who keeps promises to themselves. You're reliable, which means if you can keep it to yourself, you can keep your word to somebody else, right? And you're not afraid of trying new things. You are constantly going outside of your comfort zone, right? And you're a good person. Like, what a trifecta, right? So take this into your real estate investing and your new year. Happy 2023. And I hope to see you next week on Thursday, 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And you can find that link at obsessedwithrealestateshow.com or in the show notes. Thanks for listening, and I will see you on the next episode.